call it good to go for now. Like
Right? That's 3 signs and 140
yeah, I
acres.
say it's not a pilot program anymore. It's set in stone with what we're at, and we'll reevaluate it.
So Nolan, that's not legal. I mean,
I don't get that. Yeah.
Okay,
to a pilot program, you can't just all of a sudden say it's okay.
okay,
It doesn't.
next meeting we put it on the agenda to take it off the pilot program. Because I think you're just using that word as a pilot program as a way to let's say December 31st to have a vote. Let's just next meeting put it on the agenda to take it off the pilot program and a set in stone paid parking. Because I think December 31st we make it a change to it's resident parking only and out of towners, and we figure out a way to enforce our parking a little bit more. Again, our police department cost is going way up, and so we have to make some money to offset that. And I think that's what we ask our police department to do is enforce parking, and we probably maybe issue stickers or we issue some way of identification for our residents to park, and the people that don't park they need to pay for it. Like I just like what Leavenworth's doing.
I actually think we need I mean, I know we have a revised parking plan, but I think that just our whole parking issue is not just about it's not just about having paid parking, not picked. It's a bigger picture than the paid parking. I just think that the council makes decisions, since it's a pilot program, you stick to your decision. Otherwise, it feels like you're changing it arbitrarily.
So I'll just reiterate my feeling is I understand what you're saying. I agree with the fact that there should be a reauthorization date at some point, because that's what we told everybody, but
Hold everybody, yes.
I would like to get reports and see how it's going, and right now it's looking good.
It's looking fine. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I agree with Tom. I agree with Janine. I think that if we get if a combination of those two things, if we get an assessment every couple months of how it's going, and then at the end of the year, decide if we want to, continue. That seems pretty clear cut, and also, is what we said in the beginning.
I can agree with
Real
that.
quick, I want to make a statement on what I just heard. So what I heard was we will make a decision whether we continue. This makes no sense.
No
we
sense.
have revenue shortage in every aspect of this city, and whether it's $1,000, whether it's $2,000, or maybe it makes $5,000. I think it's absolutely irresponsible with the revenues that we are to think that you would discontinue a volunteer paid program when it cost us absolutely nothing. I don't understand that thinking.
Me neither.
Hey,
Well, but Jeff, if there's potential side effects that are going to happen, we have to find out about, and right now it's a no-brainer. We'd all vote to reauthorize. So I mean, it's like that's what Janine's saying. That's what we told people, so that's what we're going to do. But I don't think it stops anything or prevents anything from happening.
Well, the thought I just heard was we decided we would continue the program, and that's a problem for me when we're generating revenues that we even think that way right now.
Yeah. How much have we made to date on parking?
cheers.
500, I bet, or close to it.
Right around there.
It's about $100 a month.
That's what I was thinking. It's pretty dang good of a program. If somebody else can think of a voluntary program that makes money, please come forward, because I think this parking program. Yeah, Tom, I agree. There's probably some things we might have to change that we didn't see come spring, summertime, but we've kind of we started this in September or August.
We started it right in, actually later than that, actually. Yep. And I'll be honest, I've talked to multiple business owners that thought it was a great idea. The only people I heard negative were people that didn't actually live in our town.
Yeah.
And they didn't actually read the full post that was posted on social media. And if you read the whole post, it included many residents of Clallam and Ronald. That wasn't what our target zone was. And there was a lot of misrepresentation, and then there's still a lot of misinterpretation about this program and what it was intended for.
I agree with you guys. If it was up for a vote now, I'd vote to reauthorize. But fundamentally, just as a philosophy, governments, implement programs. They should always have, sunset provisions that you reauthorize, so they don't just go on forever, right? So I'm just.
Totally agree. Let's just in 2 months we'll get an update through the admin committee to council about how this program has moved forward during the winter months, and we'll go from there. I think that's been enough of a discussion. I think everybody's opinions are known. Any other council concerns?
Thank you, Brett.
Yes, thank you, Brent. Yeah, I actually would like to talk a bit about whether we should. I mean, this is working well. It's a hybrid. It's a hybrid meeting with those of us that don't want to. That are concerned about COVID spread. Staying at home, and then others, down at City Hall. And this seems to work okay. So we could do it this way, or we could, for the next month or so until this latest variant spikes, we could just go back to the WebEx meetings. So I guess I'd just like to know which ones, which way, what direction should we go?
From a public health standpoint, let's offer both.
Yeah, let's do what we're doing. I'll probably have to open back up the citizen comments, virtually. So that they would have to say by 2 o'clock on Monday that they wanted to speak. And we'll just start doing that until, like you said, until the Omicron surge is going away, and then council can decide then if they want to come back. And you can still come in person if you'd like Councilmember Adams did, and certainly citizens can certainly come in person. But we'll go more to the virtual like this from here on.
Okay, thank you.
From sort of a public health standpoint, I don't want to beat this dead horse again and again, but when you're walking into the city hall, you need to have a mask on and make sure everybody doesn't have signs and symptoms of a fever or COVID.
Thanks, Jeff.
Maybe even take their temperature. I'm not trying to beat that, but that's what we're supposed to do.
Yeah, and I don't know that we have a sign on the front that says if you don't feel well, don't come in, but we probably should add something on the door and the library as well.
Make sure there's a pile of masks there for them to put on.
There's a brand new box. I actually just grabbed 3 masks to put in my truck, so I have more.
And we have that. We have Pure Purell right by the door.
Yep.
And we've got the plexiglass protecting staff.
Yeah.
I just want to make a quick comment. I want to tell the Public Works has done a great job in the past couple days, or actually through this past week, and all of winter snow plowing. I think if you guys all see Bubba, make sure you give him a pat on the back if you agree with me. But I think this new crew has really knocked the snow removal out of the park, and it's a lot for a new guy and a new team to come in, and I think they've done a fantastic job. So if you see any of the Public Works guys, if you think they've done a good job, please pat them on the back. And I think our city staff's managing the phone calls and the emergencies well. And this is a big deal. This is probably a historic setting of snow, it seems like now, in record setting. And I'm just impressed at how planned things have went, and from our fire department to Public Works. And so super happy. And then I did have a question. I think we'll probably be winding it down this week, but it might be a little late. Do we want to put any committee together to assist Public Works on any planning for the rest of this bulk snow movement, or how do we feel about that?
It's going okay. Yeah.
Okay.
You're with him every day, aren't
Yeah,
you?
he calls me every day and just gives me an update. I know you haven't been feeling well, and so he'd been checking in a little bit with me.
Yeah.
And I think it sounds like the next couple of days they're going to try to wind down the bulk equipment because of the cost. And do you want me to give you an update what I heard from the county last night?
Outside of them, yeah, that's fine. Outside.
Yeah, and just real quick, so you all know, I think I've talked to maybe 1 or 2 of you. I reached out to the commissioners yesterday and sort of asked why the status, they haven't declared a state of emergency. And what they are waiting for is they have put, all the commissioners from the county have sent Jay Inslee letters to Olympia. And our governor has sent a letter to DC about declaring the state of Washington a state of emergency with the flooding on the west side just as well. Let alone the record snowfall. And so they're expecting, hopefully within this week, to hear back from DC, and fingers crossed is if it gets accepted, then that will be our opportunity to open up for FEMA if that happens. So just realize that just because we declare does not mean we have funding at our hands.
Now keep in mind, the mayors have a meeting with the county commissioners tomorrow at the Upper County Court at 6:30. I think that they're ready to declare, and I know that I've talked to, I think his name's Salvador at the governor's office, and Kelly at Congressman Schreier's office, and everybody's been reaching out, and they're both organizations, both the governor's office and Representative Schreier have been very open to helping us, helping Cleveland, and really, Leavenworth, everybody. So, I'm not gonna be hanging out there, but it is kind of in the governor's
Yep.
wheelhouse. DOT has reached out to us asking about what we're spending.
Okay.
So it looks like it's all moving towards emergency declarations, probably all around.
I was gonna join you in that meeting tomorrow, if that was okay.
Oh, fine.
Chief O'Shaw asked if I could join in with you. That's okay.
Chief O'Shea?
Or I'm not chief, I mean commissioner.
Yeah,
Okay. Just to let you know, so.
I'm sure it's.
For the 2021 budget, can we get a printed final book copy?
When we file with the state, which I believe is within a certain amount of time, we'll make sure council gets a copy of that.
Thank you.
If you got issues with FEMA, I've been dealing with them for 3 years now, so give me a call. I'll tell you who's.
Keep in mind, our planner worked for FEMA for a couple of years at least
Okay,
before
perfect.
we stole her away. So
Okay,
we
no
got
worries.
feelers over that group.
Thanks.
I'll make a motion to. Nope, sorry.
No, I was going to tell council, let's have a great year as city council, and let's be diligent with our committees and make sure we get a lot done.
And so hold on. So, are you gonna send out an email? What days they meet? Everybody meets and times and everything.
Yeah, we'll put that together. It'll probably go to, if you're on one of them, we'll send you what your times and dates are.
Okay. Thank you. I'll make a motion to adjourn the first meeting of the year of 2022.
All in favor, say aye.
That,
All right.
All right.
Okay, meeting adjourned. And welcome, Councilperson Brody.
Thank you. I'd be glad to be here. Good night.
All right.
Good night.